Okay, this is your feedback. We're currently in the deadline for research and planning week. You do have an extra week's extension because obviously there are only two of you, and we do have the workshop times for you to sort of attend to support you with this. So this is a kind of pre-final deadline check of your blogs at the moment. So if we look through horror genre research, so this is good because it's saying who did it. Okay, so we've got semiotics. And then horror theories. So again, the horror theories needs to be added in here. Unfortunately, that's still lacking in the work at the moment. So we need to get that on straight away. Also, the Cabin in the Woods analysis should be done. So at the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm missing. You've got the iconic horror films there. So the horror theory still needs to be added, as does your analysis of Cabin in the Woods and the rest of that. Film crits. So this is good. We've put those on there. This is good. So again, this is incomplete. We've only got one film crit, so that means we've only looked at one film. So again, at the minute, if I just show you where the mark scheme is on this, so if you go on to October and FSA research and planning assessment criteria under October, that will show you the criteria for the marks. So at the moment, Level 2 is an E and a D. Research and planning may be incomplete. Basic research into similar products and a target audience. So at the moment, I'd say we've got one thing. So I'd say that is quite basic in that we've only got one film, evidence of one film actually looked at. If we go into our textual analysis, so there's a trailer analysis of that film. It's very incomplete, that one. So again, I'd say that's quite basic. That's a bit more detailed. So we've only actually got 2 trailers analysed, and they're under film posters. We've also not used the capital letters that we need for film and posters. So I'm just quite concerned by this because there's a lot on here that's not really, this doesn't show good presentation, and it's still incomplete. This is better where you've done your poster stuff on here. So we've got 2 posters. That's good. Okay, so we've got 4 posters, that's better. And then we've got our magazine analysis here. Okay, so I think where it's lacking at the minute is still in these textual analysis. Now remember, we started this back in June. So, we are getting to the point now of no return. So I'd say at the moment, you've got inconsistent work. There's some proficient research into similar products, but there's also a lot of basic research in that it's incomplete. We've really looked at minimal trailers here. We've looked at, 2 and 1 film. If we go to your concepts, so we should have one from each person here. So again, I don't have one from Felicia at the moment, so that's going to affect your contribution to the mark. I've only got one from Peggy. And if we go to treatment, and then we've got treatment of the film. Okay, so we've got 2 film inspirations for this film. Okay, and we've got the rating of it. Okay, so you've done the treatment there. If we go to audience research, we've got some questions. Okay, but we don't have any answers, so this is still incomplete. So again, we're looking at basic research into a potential target audience here. Mood boards. So this section looks like it's incomplete, doesn't even have a title. Our poster drafts, hopefully these are done. Okay, yeah, good. So this is better. Okay, good. I presume that's the influence upon that. Yeah, okay, so it would be good to have some text to describe all that, otherwise again we're in the kind of level 2 for this really at the moment. So you need to have some sort of reflection. Felicia, you do art, so you need to have like an art portfolio. It's the same thing, it's just that this is online, where you've got your reflections of what's happening here. So this is magazine and posters, so again we don't have any magazines here, so this is incomplete, this section. So I think we're here between here and here now. There's a lot missing from this still, and this is weeks and weeks and weeks ago now. If we go onto the storyboard, we don't have that. Obviously that's about 5 or 6 weeks old now. And then our camera training, so we've got that video, but we don't have the additional one. If If we now go to production, makeup and costume. Okay, so we've got the makeup, and we've got a video of the makeup, so that's good. Okay, and this doesn't say who did this, but it'd be good to have that sort of focused on. Right, and then we've got trailer analysis. Okay, so we do have some stuff in there, and then the cast is incomplete. Okay, good, so you actually went and recce some places, that's very good. So it looks like there is some stuff here. It's quite inconsistent, but there is definitely some stuff. Sound design's not done yet. And then texture shots. We've got Pedju's texture shots there. Okay, so at the moment it looks quite representative from Pedju a lot more than it does from Felicia. So I think at the moment, if I was to differentiate the grades, I'd probably be saying that Felicia's at the moment is probably around this kind of area, which would be the E grade. Pedju's is a bit higher, but the entire portfolio itself would be probably around the kind of D minus D, because there's a lot of it that's incomplete. So a lot of work to do. You've got a week left. Have a listen back to this video, list out the priorities, but I think there's an inconsistent balance of work here in terms of who's contributing what. I also don't think we're doing necessarily the 4 hours consistent work that we need to be.